Hello, Karthik.
Hello, sir. How are you, sir?
All good? Ready for the interview?
Yes, sir.
Say something about your achievement apart from your technical achievements.
So apart from my technical achievements, so I did a internship in second year of my college. So that was apart from my education, but it was a part of my subject.
Part of the subjects. So, what do you understand by internship, Karthikeya? What is the use of internship, and why normally the professional graduates do the internship kind of things?
So internship is used. So internship is something which uh, makes use of your skill, and you can apply your skills in there and get some experience and get some confident on what you actually know about before.
Okay, what do you know about? What do you know about what? Whatever you have.
So whatever the learnings that I currently pursue, I can apply them in my internship, and I can learn new things as well from there. So this is what internship is all about.
For example, if you talk about the medical degree, right? If somebody is going for MBBS or these kind of masters in the medicine field, so wherever there is a college of medical colleges, there they have the hospitals also, right? To get a
Yes,
practical exposure. So what
yes, sir.
engineering college has to do in such a way that whatever practical exposure the medical guys are getting, in the same way the engineering student also can get. So what is your opinion about this whole process?
Okay, so we can apply them for online internships. For that reason, the company can hire the students for online internship. It can be for a half means it can be for a part-time basis as well. So the
It can
student
be
can
for
learn from it. So the campus can help them to to attain their position in there, to provide them with the internship there.
what kind of profile you are looking for, Karthike?
Sir, I'm looking for a junior software developer role.
Software developer. Okay. What is the difference between software developer, full stack developer, and some kind of UI UX developer? तीनों में क्या फर्क है?
So the software developer is one who knows who knows what is the architecture of the particular software is, and he has to develop new part from the existing one as well. The person he has um, um, to um, to do the jobs related to the security of the particular software. Also, he has to maintain the database systematically. The admin roles he has to also manage. Main part is his coding. He should be profound in his coding skills. Then and only then he can understand things better and can manage things. And this is the software developer. The front end part is about the designing the UI part, designing the UI of a particular system or a software, where each and every component, how the things are going to look, and how they are going to make appealing to the client. So that part is for the front end job. He doesn't have to know much about the backend side, but he has to know how things are going to implement in the front end side, and design the front end so that it can be more appealing to the user. And the full stack developer, he has to know both of the coding, both the front end part as well as the back end part. Also, he has to know the database as well. Yes, sir.
Okay. Karthike, what is your percentage?
So in 10th, I got 8.2 CGPA. In 12th, I got 65%. And right now, I am having a cumulative score of 9.2.
Okay. So why there is a dip in 12th?
So in 12th, I was hit by a sequence of accidents. So I was hospitalized at the time of my exam. So I was not able to prepare much for my exam. So that's the
What
reason.
kind of accident it was? It was a major one.
Yes, I was hit by a trawler. So that's why I was hospitalized.
Okay, Karthike, nice talking to you. Now I will
Thank you.
request Arvind Singh to take next part of the interview.
Hi, good morning, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, sir.
So you said you want to become a junior software developer, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell us, why should we hire you? Supposing I'm a recruiter, why should we hire you as a junior software developer?
I am good at the coding skills. I am also good at the programming skills. The job requires the critical and the problem solving skills. So that is also I'm having. I am ready to adapt to any new technology that can come. That is also the plus point from my side. And I am very confident on whatever technology that I can work on. And also I am optimistic and a self-motivated person. So these are the things that I can say. The reason that you can hire me.
So you said very interesting thing. You said you are good in coding and programming. So what is the difference between coding and programming?
So coding and programming are two different things. So programming is just to like scripting. So scripting is just a way in which you just create a code which is going to do a job for you. But the coding part comes when you develop a software. So the coding comes over there. You have to develop the whole software. So the coding comes over there. The programming is just a part of that coding where you have to develop a program which will function you something, which will function something which you want to do.
Said programming is in programming you create code. So is it the same
Yes.
thing as coding?
Sir, I can say that it is a subset of
What is programming
coding.
is a subset of coding?
Yes, sir.
Or is coding a subset of programming?
So programming is I think they both are interrelated in a way to say.
How is programming different? Please explain. I'm not an IT guy. Explain to me in layman's terms.
So programming is like suppose I want to add a plus b. Okay.
Right.
So I will create a program for that, and I'll let the task to execute that program, and that program is going to execute, and it is going to produce an output for me with a plus b. So this is just a programming, and the coding part comes when you are being given with different things. Like suppose I have to create a website, so
No.
I have to
Stay
create
with the same example. Stay with this A plus B.
a plus b.
Same
So
example. Explain
it
me
was a
what
very
is coding there.
so a plus b where it has been used. Suppose I'm making a calculator out of it. So a plus b is just a subset, and the calculator is the whole
No, hang
thing
on,
that
hang on.
I'm.
Don't. That confuses me. You said You said coding. Programming is a subset of coding, or coding is a subset of programming.
So programming is a subset of coding.
Programming. So coding is lot more than programming. So what more is there in coding other than programming?
So so in programming, I think the main part. Can
No,
I explain, sir?
I want you said coding is lot more than programming, right or wrong?
Yeah, sir.
So tell me what more is there in coding than programming?
Sir, it includes means uh, we also use different something that has been means we use different APIs and different things which are not there in our system, and like frameworks and libraries outside of our system inside a coding. But in programming, we are developing things on our own.
So what is more in coding which is not in programming?
So it is the
Programming doesn't
API part.
include API.
Sir, it can include, but sir, the
Then
main.
what is the point?
I'm generalizing it, sir.
Okay.
That's why.
Fair enough. So you said also you are okay. You said you're good in coding and programming, right? So
Right.
how
Sir.
good are you in programming and coding on a scale of 10?
So on a scale of 10, I can say that I can mark myself as 6 to 7. The reason being that I have not, because I also want to do the competitive programming, but I haven't started it yet because of my internship and the college reasons. And also, due to those reasons only. So I want to start with the competitive programming. So that is the reason. So I might mark myself as 6 to 7.
How do you know you are 6 and 7, not 3 and 4?
So because it requires the critical problem solving skills, and those problem solving skills I like working over them. So and due to those reasons, I like programming and I do it, and I think that that's the reason that I have marking myself as 6 to 7 for that reason.
When you say you're good at problem solving, what does that mean?
So like problem solving includes whatever the situation is, you have to idealize it, and you have to design a solution for it. You have to implement it, and then you have to analyze whatever that you have created is really producing the optimized result or the result that you wanted or not. So this is
So
about problem solving.
how do you go about finding the solutions to a problem?
So for defining the solution to the problem, first of all, I need to know what is the problem basically at a very chunk level, bit by bit, so that I can understand the problem more. And once I understand my problem, I can just start solving the problem by using different strategies like divide and conquer strategy and different strategies. So if I'm able to clear small things and just join each and every chunk.
So supposing there is a problem,
Yes.
how do you know your solution is the right solution?
So my solution can be right based upon the output it has been producing, but my solution may or may not be optimized because there can be more solution out of it.
So that's the question. So how do you know your solution is the best solution?
So
Right solution, best solution, without actually testing the results.
Yes, sir. So
there is a problem, and you have you have developed the solution, and you are before implementing. How do you know your solution is the right solution?
So I can test my solution. Not allowed to test, but so I can count the.
It will cost you $1 million to test your solution.
So the optimized solution can be one in which we have used the concepts of easy programming or not using the naive approach.
How do you know your solution is the right solution? It will solve the problem.
So the solution can be right. I'm not saying that solution is not going to be right, but I'm saying that the result
How do you convince yourself and your manager that your solution is right?
So I can without testing, I can't say that result is right, but my optimized result I can say, because I can find the time complexity or the space complexity for my code, and then I can let them to know about it.
So time and space complexity only tells you how much. A little bit of I've learned from Mayank sir is that can only tell you whether your solution is optimized. It doesn't tell you whether your solution is right.
So I can go with the flow.
Can I not have a very optimal solution which is not right? It doesn't solve problem. It uses minimum time, minimum space, but it doesn't solve my problem.
So I think that first of all, the result has to arrive before arriving to optimality checking.
How do you know? How do you know whether your solution will give the result?
So I can what I do is what I do is while coding, I just take a copy pencil and just take some use case for whatever the problem I have solved for. So when I put that use case into my problem, and I just go into each and every flow of my problem, and then if I'm getting my result, whatever that I want, that is how I can find the result.
You said you are good in adapting to new technology. So what is the latest technology that you have learned?
So I have learned gRPC, sir. So it's a microservice framework for API communication between the microservices API. So it has been used for intercommunication, fast intercommunication, and load balancing and different other perspective. It is using the remote procedural calling, which is not the same as that we have in the technologies that we have used so far in the backend, like the Express framework and the other frameworks. So it is much modern and much fast than other technologies.
When was this technology released?
It was in 2010. Actually, 2010.
It was released
started
in 2010. You have learned in 2022. So it's 12 years learning a technology that is 12 years old, adapting fast to new technologies.
The reason being that this technology has some limitations with respect to the implementation part, because in the web scale, if you use it, it is working on the HTTP2 protocol, which is different from the HTTP1 protocol, and the network that we currently having is more based on the HTTP1 protocol than the HTTP2 protocol. So that is the reason that that's why this technology is not being used so far in most of the services that we can see. But the future is for this technology only. So it is very easy for implementing. That's why.
All right. So thank you, Karthik. Okay, over to you, Mike, sir.
So, Karthik.
Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon. So we will continue with the basic concept within the programming and coding. So what is the basic difference within the programming and coding?
So what I told sir about is the program is a very cut short part of the coding. So coding involves a lot of things like you have to develop the front end, you have to develop the back end, and the full stack development. Everything comes in the coding part. But the programming comes where you have been generalized with the particular problem, and then you have to solve that problem. So that was my answer to him.
Yeah, did you hear about subsets in the mathematics Venn diagram?
Yes.
So the bigger circle is the programming, and the inner circle is coding. Coding is part of programming. Programming is not a part of coding. Right? If you are a good programmer, you are saying that you can analyze the problem easily. So did you participate in any of the hackathon? Hackathon is real world examples.
So I have participated in SIH 2019 and 2022. Our team was also participated in it. And the problem statement we have chosen is a bit innovative one, but a simpler for the level that we are currently having. So, but it is an innovative.
Which one you are thinking that it is simple?
The QR code tickless entry system. So the system is going to be simple, but the predictive part, which is going to be something which is going to scale us into advanced rounds. So.
आपके पास कौन सा मोबाइल है?
सर मेरे पास
बताओ सैमसंग कौन सा मॉडल?
सर A7.
क्यों लिया A7?
So actually, my father bought this for me. It was a gift, so that's why. It's not from.
अगर आपके फादर आपको कहते हैं कि जाओ कार्तिक एक मोबाइल ले, you can purchase a mobile, तो कौन सा लेते?
So I'm happy with my mobile right now, but the main problem that I'm facing with is the storage problem. So currently it is 64 GB, and I can expand it, but I really need a new phone for my other.
आपने बोला आपकी कोडिंग स्किल्स बहुत अच्छी है. So just take the 10 to 15 seconds. Use a snake and ladder game banana. It is based simply one character based, not GUI. For the two players, snake and ladder game for the two players. Which concepts will be used? मोटा-मोटा तौर पे कौन-कौन से concept काम आएंगे उसमें?
Object. I'm using object from the class, and that object will contain the name of that person or the ID, and then it also contains the score of that person. So that's and if sir, I have to talk about the what things I'm using only.
चलो छोड़ो, मैं आपसे एक क्वेश्चन पूछ रहा हूँ. देखो, this shows that कि आपकी प्रोग्रामिंग स्किल एनालाइजिंग स्किल्स कितना गुड है.
So it is also having.
एक मिनट बस लास्ट. after taking only 10 to 15 classes in the first year, after taking 10 to 15 classes in the first year, can you make snake and letter game? मैं 10 से 15 क्लास की बात कर, 10 से 15 क्लास पे हम मुश्किल से while for loop तक पहुंचते हैं.
So I'm not understanding your.
मैं जब अगर आप फर्स्ट ईयर के स्टूडेंट हो, राइट, और जब भाई हमने कब फॉर लूप तक किया, लूप कंप्लीट किया, लूप कंसेप्ट, बस यहाँ तक ही आपकी नॉलेज, इससे आगे आपकी नॉलेज नहीं, यू आर फ्रेशर टू सीएस, क्या आप स्नेक एंड लेटर गेम बना सकते हो?
So if I know loops only.
हाँ, बस लूप तक आता है आपको, और कुछ नहीं आता लूप के लिए.
Class
एक फंक्शन आता है रैंडम, जो रैंडम मैंने आपको सिखा दिया, बस. क्या आप बना सकते हो? नहीं बना सकते.
So I would be requiring a two-dimensional area for that.
मैंने को लूप तक बोला मैंने.
So I can make if I having array and I'm also having two variables for the person.
अब ना listen करते, two variables.
Yeah.
Switch, two variables, switch, if else, and while loop. Only
While
this thing is required to make the snake and letter. आप हाँ उसको कॉम्प्लिकेट बना दिया, क्लास एंड ऑब्जेक्ट में, अरे में ले चले जाके.
सब सिंपल, सॉरी सर,
सिंपल, बिल्कुल ये चीज मेरी क्लास में कराई गई सकती है. ओके, इफ देयर इज अ स्ट्रिंग, जैसे आपका नाम है कार्तिक है भारती, I want the uniqueness, how many characters are the unique, alphabets are the unique, and their count. Suppose A is showing 2 times in your name, so A 2, K is showing 1 time 2 times, 2, R is 2, I is 2, K is 1, right? So give me the logic to get such output.
So I will take this name as in a variable. Then I'll in an array of character. Then I'm going to pass it in a loop, and I'm going to check for each and every letter through its index, that whether I can use the which concept that was. So normal comparison, if it's possible, can I do that?
How will you do the normal comparison?
So I can take the first letter from the name, and then I can compare next all the letters from my name, and if I can check that the letter that I had taken initially, if that was matching from the rest of the letters that were coming in my name, I can increment the count of for that letter, and then I can store that name as well as with the count for that particular letter. So and that process I can repeat for the rest of the letters for my name as well. And I can also optimize it if I can give a condition where I do not want to use the same letter again and again.
So what output it will print, I will tell you. K equals to 2. A, suppose we are taking only Karthik, not Karthik. K equals to 2, A equals to 1, R equals to 1, T equals to 1, I equals to 1, K equals to 1, E equals to 1, and Y equals to 1. So the loophole is that then in Karthik K, K, E, Y, K will also be traced and it will give 1. And earlier it was giving K equals to 2. So you get the two results for the K.
So I said that I can put a condition where I will not repeat the letter again.
How will you put that condition? For that you are increasing your space complexity, because you have to store the data some in the variable, then you have to check whether it has been already checked or not.
So actually, so I can use a stack for that. Means we know that there are only 26 letters for a particular.
So
there are only 26.
How stack can be used for that?
So like in stack, I can put suppose K R T I K Y. So if K is appearing for 2 times, and then I can put K in my K inside the stack. Then A comes. I can see is there there is no A for me. And
to be stack बनाने के लिए, if you are having 7 alphabets in your, when you are again storing 7 alphabets in the stack, so सोचना you are not up to the right solution.